Welcome back to another episode of Sports on Tap. I'm your host, Kyle Johnson, my co-host, Ryan Fahey.
What's happening?
No James today. He's on a hunting trip with the Pops.
Just Bear Grylls.
He's Bear Grylls. He's out peeing in bottles and stuff in the woods or something.
It's sterile.
You know we have water. You don't have to drink this, Bear Grylls.
That's not what the wilderness is about.
A lot to talk about. Very busy Sunday, but we want to focus on one thing.
Yep.
The Patriots, Tom Brady return to Gillette. A lot to unpack with that game. Like a lot happened. I want to start actually with expectations though, before we really dive into the game, because as far as I was concerned, 45-10.
Well, that was like I feel like that was the majority.
I thought Brady was going to come out gunslinging, 400 yards, 5 touchdowns, and
honestly, like I remember like it was probably like on Wednesday. I think he posted he posted on his Instagram. It wasn't like a shout out to the game. It was just a photo of him, like 4 separate photos of him and for his brand. And I remember commenting. I was like, this model was about to hang 70 on us. And I meant it as a joke, but I was dead ass. Like I was like, that's gonna happen.
And like going into the week, the narrative was like nobody said a word about Mac Jones. Not a single nobody, not myself included.
Yep.
Nobody said anything about Mac Jones, and everybody was like, "This is like," as far as like around here, a lot of people wanted Bill to get his comeuppance.
Yeah.
A lot of people. I know a lot of fans who were like, today I'm a Brady fan. But I mean, this was not the game. We were treated to a gem of a game.
We were. I mean, we were.
There was one decision I didn't agree with.
The
very end. That I would not have kicked that field goal. But everything else,
we'll get into that in a little bit, but
was incredible.
Dude, it was, I mean, honestly, I thought going into the game it was going to be a win-win for me. Honest to God.
I did too.
Either the Patriots are going to win for me.
Exactly.
Or Brady was going to ball. Win for me.
Yeah.
Neither happened.
Yeah.
Brady didn't ball. Bellichick gave him fits.
Brady was methodical.
He was methodical, but like nothing happened.
Yeah.
Like he put up he didn't throw any picks, but he didn't throw any touchdowns either.
No. Well, he should have had that one to Brown. That was a gorgeous pass.
God, that was a dot.
I'm literally watching that. I'm going, son of a bitch.
Well, he missed 2. The first one he underthrew Brown. Brown was wide open at that point. Underthrew Brown, and then Brown dropped the other one.
Yeah.
Regardless, I mean, dude, in a perfect world, the Patriots are 3-1.
Yeah.
Here's my takeaway from this. Really, the Patriots are a good team.
The Patriots are a good but young team. Yes, I can agree with that.
Because we are a fumble in the 17 away from a game-winning field goal versus Miami.
Correct.
Never forget. The Saints wasn't a loss. Just we lost that game.
Yeah, they whooped us.
The Jets. I mean, that's
the Jets.
Hello.
I say that, but they just beat fucking Tennessee.
Every team gets a weird one.
Yeah.
But regardless, and then this Bucs game. I don't know if you want to go into the decision at the end now, or if you want to unpack more first.
Well, I say let's go through the game.
Okay.
So quarter one.
Yep.
Was very. It kind of set the tone for the entire game. We went through quarter one.
Still high.
Exactly, but I'm watching Brady's not making mistakes, but I'm watching him try to read the defense, like a lot of motions, a lot of stuff outside. And most people or most teams, and Rex Ryan said this morning, and I really like the way he put it. He said most teams, like when you do stuff like that, like Brady's trying to read keys so he knows what you're doing. Belichick fed him lies, basically. All night long. And kudos to Bellichick, because this was a marvelously coached game. Like the fact that we were in that goes to show Belichick he cared a lot about how this game turned out. And I think it was good for him, even though we lost. But, Brady would send his motion. People would track with him. Brady would send his motion. Cornerbacks or whoever would track. Brady would make his reads. And then as the play developed, like post-snap, everything would deteriorate. Like it would turn into a whole different scheme. And so Brady's trying to make different reads, and he looked confused. He genuinely looked a little confused.
Brady fits. It was exactly what Belichick needed to do.
That was the only way we could have won that game. Is exactly how it played out.
Yeah.
Make them beat us on the ground.
Yeah. So actually, I was listening to pregame before this, and they were talking about how I think it was Bertrand and someone else was talking about like Belichick would do this exact thing to Manning, and it was I think it was the '06 playoffs whatever year the Colts went to the Super Bowl and won.
I think it was '06.
Okay. Yes, because that was the fourth down call, right? That was that game. The fourth down, the Kevin Falk.
No, yes.
Yeah, it was that game.
Yeah.
I get
hadn't thought about that play.
Bill would do this thing to Manning where he went into the linebacker room early in the week. He goes, you guys only got 6. We're like something like only like got 6 rushes, and we're doing everything else with DBs, like the whole night. And and they said that Manning would fall for it every time, and I think it was, Brewski brought it up to Jeff Saturday. Jeff Saturday was on the Colts, and he goes, yeah. And then at halftime, me and our wide receivers got in Manning's face like, "Hey, run the ball."
Yeah,
run the ball, and then then Manning listened and ended up winning the game, going to Super Bowl, winning, blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
but that's exactly what needed. Like they beat us on the ground.
Exactly.
Like
for Brady was methodical, didn't make mistakes, didn't cost his team anything, but it was very like outside of a couple like phenomenal throws by Brady, it was very like you need to beat us on the ground because they were running like. Fake this, fake that, and like the offense too looked way more than like we looked very one dynamic the last couple weeks. Like we could run yesterday. Damian Harris looked really good. Mac Jones was like, and shout out Mac Jones.
Mac Jones outperformed Tom Brady. He did.
I think that was a scheme thing, but Mac Jones, as far as like going into this, didn't crumble.
No,
and that was the big thing I said about the Saints game, like that last drive. I didn't like the way like the game he was defeated before the game was over, and I was really hoping his mental would bounce back. And it's tough against like this was the game of the year. This was the narrative. Nobody was talking about Mac Jones. Nobody even gave him fucking credit. But for him to come out and do what he did and not make mistakes, that was impressive.
I agree.
That was very impressive.
I remember talking. To my friend Christian and his dad about this. I go, this game is going to show a lot about who Mac Jones is.
Yeah.
Because this, like, first of all, you're facing the GOAT. That's first off. But it's the GOAT's homecoming.
Yeah, you barely have...
add that whole nother element into it.
You barely have home field advantage this
exactly.
game. You know what I mean?
Although, the boos...
Shocking.
I was
shocking.
I respected it only because it wasn't like... It was when he first got on to like saying, "Oh, hi, welcome back." Like,
they gave him his moment, yeah.
Gave him his moment, and then the game turned on, and it was just raining boos. And like I was like, okay, I was like, you know what? I get it. A team over player at that point. At that point, got it.
Yeah, understood. I mean the game's on. You know what's funny too? Going into it, I wasn't sure what kind of fan I was going to be. I didn't know if I was going to be a Brady fan or a Pats fan, but as soon as the game got going, I knew who I was rooting for, and it was the Patriots.
I was at the bar last night watching it, and I had a Patriots sweatshirt on, but it was Patriots sweatshirt, but it was like Brady stuff, and I had my Bucks jersey on underneath it. Whenever Brady would take the field, the sweatshirt came off, Bucks jersey was out. Mac Jones came back on the field, sweatshirt came back on. The entire night.
Fair. All right, I like keeping up the act.
It was just a bit for me, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
Like other people at the bar would see the change of possession and then just go. They go
nice.
back. Like it was just
nice.
Like I wasn't making it a spectacle. I was just doing it for myself.
Yeah.
But like, I just have the worst because this is how. I didn't know, like you said, I didn't know what kind of fan I was going to be.
I had no idea. I was so torn all day long.
But when it came down to it, at the very end, showed where my loyalties lied. Because I'm furious that we lost this game.
I couldn't watch that field goal.
What are we doing?
I just don't understand. You're looking at the opposing sideline. Brady has done this millions of times.
Thank you.
He did it week 1 against Dallas.
Yep.
Almost in the exact same situation.
Yep.
They kicked a field goal and Brady marched.
Yep.
And if he made that field goal, I'm almost glad he missed it because, well, I'm not glad he missed it because we would have been treated to a show, but you don't kick that field goal there. There's no way. It's raining. It's 57 yards. Like it's by no means a gimme. No. It is a boot of a kick.
Nick Folk's been injured.
Yeah. Well, he was questionable going into the game.
Yeah.
And it's like
listen. If Nick Folk makes that field goal, you have given Brady 55 seconds to go get not a touchdown, a field goal. Way too much time.
Way too much. And it's Brady. We should know.
And it's Brady. We should know. We have Bellichick. He should know.
That's what I'm saying.
He's been his quarterback for 20 years.
He should have taken one look on that sideline, looked at Brady, because I'm sure Brady was like, all right, you make this kick. Like,
I'm sorry. It is 4th and 3. 4th and 3. You and
I don't know what play call I would have made, but it would not have been kicking a field goal.
I would have. God, I mean, they probably would have ran it. I don't even care. But like, regardless, I'd rather you get stuffed trying to go for the dagger.
Yes,
because that's a Tom Brady led team. You need the kill shot.
Yeah.
You cannot leave.
Don't leave him wounded on the side because he will get up.
Yeah, because
he will get up and whoop your ass.
Because his licking to his wounds heals it.
Yeah,
that's exactly what it is. You go for the 4th and 3. Either you
win. The game is right there. I would have rather the game decided right there, not on a kick.
You live by the sword or you die by the sword. That's how I would have taken. If that was any other team,
kick the field goal. We've talked about it. Kick the field goal. It is what it is. Whatever happens, happens.
But when you have a guy like that on the other side of the field, you don't give him the time to do anything.
Not just a guy like that. Tom fucking Brady, the guy like that, the dude. That is the only decision where I'm like, what the fuck did we just do?
I was absolutely livid. There was nothing about that play call that should have that. It went through all the coaches, and not one coach was like, "Do we not know who that is?"
And I understand the math, the behind if you kick that field goal, you're up by 57 seconds. Good luck to anybody else. But the one guy you don't do that to. I'm curious to see. I want to, and I might throw this up on the screen afterwards. Depends how much time I have. I want to go and look at what Brady's record is when down with just in the last minute. If I can find that stat.
It's gross.
Last final, he's got a minute to drive down the field. I bet you it is so far over 500% of the time. I bet you it's 70, 80% of the time he marches down and gets... And that's the thing. He would only need a field goal. That's it. So he's got to go 70 yards, not even. 60 yards.
Yeah.
And then they would have had a chance.
Genuinely livid.
Yeah.
It made me feel good knowing that no matter who's wearing the other team's jersey, that I stick by my team.
Yeah,
because I wasn't sure. Honestly, I wasn't.
This literally felt
just because I love that man so much.
Yeah,
truly, a genuine love for him.
Yeah, of course.
I just didn't know what was gonna happen, but it just showed me it was true emotion that I was pissed.
I was invested in this game almost as if it was a Super Bowl, and the fact that it was close was I was literally up, down, roller coaster of emotions this game.
And actually, our buddy Carter texted me after the game. He goes, "What a game!" I go, "I'm pissed." He goes,
"Yeah."
He goes, "I mean, it was a good game." I go, "That call was nonsense." He goes, "You wouldn't be saying that if it was the other way around." I go, "You're wrong, sir.
Yeah,
you're wrong because that's Tom Brady."
And yeah,
we've said this. We've been going in a circle past 2 minutes saying this exact same thing. That is Tom Brady. You do not give him time. You go for the 4th. Everyone would have understood if you
the entire stadium.
The entire stadium. Literally, the entire stadium would have understood why we did that.
Yeah.
Even if we got stuffed, fine.
It's one thing, too, if that field goal is 30 yards or under.
Yes.
You know what I mean? If that's almost a gimme.
At that point, if it was 30 yards or under, we're talking about the clock being 20, 15 seconds at that point.
Yeah, if they had marched a little far. Yeah.
By all means, kick it at that
point. Agreed.
You're giving Brady almost a full minute if you made that.
And a timeout. Like that's
Like, it's just amazes me because I wasn't doing this hindsight 2020 thing. I was yelling at the TV when we were lining up to kick.
oh yeah, no.
I was like, what are we doing?
Yeah. And like I'm sitting there too and like cuz I had stayed late after work just to watch the game. I wasn't going home. I wasn't missing that. And I remember everyone sitting there like, "No, he's going to make it. He's going to make it." I'm like, "No, he shouldn't even be kicking.
He shouldn't be kicking."
I'm like, he shouldn't be out there." Like and I would have preferred we lose on a 4th and 3 turnover on downs.
Yes.
And just have Brady knee it the same way he would have. The same
Yes.
thing would have happened, basically.
Because it would have been such an easier pill to swallow if we got stuffed on 4th and 3.
Because
Also,
the ending would have been exactly the same.
also would have been an easier pill to swallow if he didn't clank it off the goddamn upright.
Literally. Actually,
That's what hurt me the most.
My dumbass started cheering about
So did I.
80% of the way, like with that kick. I'm like, he's got it.
Halfway. No, well, first of all, it started at the
Dead center.
right half of the freaking
Yeah.
uprights, and I was like, "Oh, it's curving in." I was like, "Whoa, look at
Yeah.
that!" Boom. I was like,
And I feel bad for Nick Folk too, in a way, because if you saw him afterwards,
he's been nothing but solid.
he's been good for us. And like we've been struggling to find a kicker, but and you look at him after that game, he was like, "Man, I fucked up." And kickers they're like lawyers, dude. You don't give a fuck about them until you really need them.
I don't blame him at all. He should not have been kicking in the first place. Even Chris Collinsworth was like, he's been having a problem with his plant leg. I'm like, oh, good,
Yeah.
good. Like
I think that was an accurate kick too. I literally think the weather is what affected that. I think any other day that would have gone through.
Whatever went through Bill's mind, I don't know why. What out of the list of shit that was there for like reasons to not kick this ball, well outweighed, we should kick this ball.
Yeah.
Brady's on the other sideline. Brady with a full minute and a timeout.
Mhm.
Rain I've never seen.
By no means a gimme.
That was giving me like Patriots Ravens vibes from last year.
This was like a this honestly felt like a storybook like movie almost. Like I'm glad the game went the way it did because it literally was such a good game.
It left such a sour taste in my mouth. Honestly I couldn't believe it. Like I thought it was literally going to be a win-win.
Yeah.
I thought there was no freaking way I get upset. Literally. I thought there was a 0% chance I'm upset at this game.
Yeah.
Here we are.
I'm
mad.
I'm mad at the final decision. I can agree with you. I don't think that was the right call, and I think everybody and their mother knows it wasn't the right call. But
you go for the 4th and 3 and you die on the sword. Like that's it.
But I love the game. I really do.
It was
up until that one moment. That was a game where I was like glued to my TV screen. Like I literally could not take my eyes off it. You could fucking blow up the other side of the building.
And the thing is, Mac Jones almost Tom Brady.
That's what I'm saying. If he went down, and that's another thing too. If we went for that 4th and 3 and say Mac Jones throws like a 5-yard out, whatever, gets it, we keep going, we go down the field.
Out, just
can
slant,
you just whatever? Say we get it, and not even a touchdown. We just get a field goal with 20 seconds or whatever 5 seconds. Either way, say we win that game.
Yeah.
The outcome changes a little bit. Imagine the Mac Jones narrative today.
2-2. Just beat Brady at his homecoming.
I
think honestly the Mac Jones narrative is still very positive today.
I agree
because he
didn't lose us that game.
Even the pick that was thrown, it was tipped. It wasn't like it was not even a defensive tip. It was off of our hands.
Yeah.
So like I call it the Brady pick because literally all of Brady's interceptions are like deflections.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay,
is what
yeah.
Can't really get mad.
Like for 2 decades, he like all of literally all of his picks were like just tips. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, you can't really get mad. It's like one of those like, what the fuck?
Like it tips up in the air. It's up in the air for like 15 seconds. You're like, well, there's someone.
Someone is coming down with this ball.
Underneath. I'm like, whatever. But like, Mac Jones played. It was. So,
it's exciting.
It's really exciting. It really is.
And like I was looking at our offense too. Outside of our offensive line, like a couple like key pieces. Like I think Brown and Andrews are 28 and 29. I think Jonnu Smith is like one of the oldest players on offense. We had 26. Hunter Henry's like 24. Kendrick Bourne is 24.
Young.
Young. We are very young. N'Keal Harry
And
actually looked okay
I
yesterday.
mean, he wasn't.
He was guarded by Sherman.
He wasn't really noticeable, but it's fine.
I noticed him because of the Black Sox.
I honestly wasn't looking at that.
That's the only reason I knew it was him, because he was the only player on the fucking field with Black Sox.
I mean, fair enough, but I was like...
Another side piece, too, as far as this game I want to talk about is the Bucks secondary. They lost Davis yesterday, that tore his hammy, like just running on that that punt.
Yeah.
They are decimated at corner.
And
decimated.
What's his face got hurt, too.
Was it Whitehead or no?
No, Antoine Winfield.
Yeah. They are, like, I don't know what they're going to do with their secondary, because their front seven, you're not going to run the ball on the Bucks, but holy fuck, can you throw?
Yep.
And, like, at least they have the offense to keep up with teams that are, like, shootouts. But, like, when they face the Chargers, I think that's going to be, like, a real tough matchup for them. Or if they have to face...
Herbert is going to cook.
That's what I'm saying. Game. Like, if they have to face, like, any of these high-power, like, gunslinger, like, even Washington recently.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of teams that are going to give them trouble until they get people who can cover.
Dude, they're not.
And but I feel like, I don't know how the fact you brought in Richard Sherman, and he's going to have to be your number one now, and nobody signed him because he had missed a step. Like he's not the Richard Sherman he was.
No.
But now he's your number one, and maybe possibly also your safety.
Yeah. Dude, oh my god. Actually, quick side note. This guy that was sitting next to at the bar, I don't know what year he's living in, but he was like probably pushing 30.
Okay.
And swear to God, actually, let me grab. There's one quote that's like damning, but like
that he said
that's just like so like.
Did you write this down?
I texted my friend. Okay. Okay. This guy looks at me and he goes, "Where did Garoppolo go to Arizona? Where'd he go?" He came to the bar to watch the game. I'm like, "Oh, he went to San Fran. He was actually the Super Bowl in 2018."
Oh, okay. All right.
He's like, "Oh, okay. Here's the other one. Now, what happened to the Redskins? Like, they're not even the Redskins anymore?" He goes, "What even is their name?" I go,
"Did he miss?" Like,
I wanted to look at him and go, "What year is it for you right now?"
Did you meet a time traveler?
I don't think so, because time travelers are usually fairly smart.
Well, they'd go back, wouldn't you think? Like, I know if I could travel, I'd go back, not forward.
Regardless, I'm like, they're the Washington football team. He goes, "The football team?"
That's the name?
I go, "They've been that for over a year." He goes, "What? What even is their logo?" I go, "A yellow W." He goes, "When did this happen?" I go, "About 2 years ago." I'm watching this game, and I'm like, I got so bothered. I was like,
I'd be like, stop talking.
I
to me
wasn't
right now.
even like upset. I was just like, what is this? I was like, what is this?
I don't know how you miss. If you are a football fan, not even I
don't know what he was.
If you come to
I don't know what he was.
It's a figment of your imagination. He never existed.
I honestly hope so, because there's no way that dude's real.
He never existed.
I mean, I had like a six-pack.
You're over there. You're over there talking to yourself.
God, I hope not.
Everyone's like, "What the fuck is he doing?" You're like, "The Washington foot. There's nobody here." You're like, "Dude, it's the yellow W." It's like, what is he fucking talking about?
Don't freak me out, because it was definitely a dude there. Swear to God, it was definitely a dude.
That's still
that bothered me so much.
It bothered me.
It really did.
It's like, why are you asking me dumb questions?
I had to say it because I just thought of it.
Yeah.
But like, one more takeaway I had from this game.
Mm-hmm.
Matthew Judon is worth every penny.
Yep. Oh, he's a beast.
Oh my God.
He's looked really good all season, but I think this was his like breakout moment of the season so far.
He is a monster.
Yeah. He's so articulate in the way he like goes about like pass rush. Like he's not the biggest guy or the fastest guy, but his form with like what he does, like if you ever watch, like he's
textbook.
He's textbook, exactly.
He gives
like
me like Trey Flowers, like
yeah,
vibes.
Trey Flowers is actually a really good example.
He'll do everything. Like
he's by no means the biggest, by no means the fastest, but like
he's gonna beat you with his technique.
Yeah, great with his hands.
And he does, and he will.
Great decision making, and another guy I want to see, like I hope piggybacks off of him is Chase Winovich, because I think Winovich has potential, but I think Winovich is just the polar opposite.
Did you see
He's
that
very like raw talent.
Did you see that late in the game? Winovich said something to Brady.
Yeah. Oh, he points at he pointed at him or whatever, and like went to like dab him up.
They were like he made Brady laugh on the field. I was like if you make Brady crack on the field, you said something hilarious.
Yeah.
Because like I knew Brady and him had a good relationship, because like when Chase was a rookie, like Brady like cut off some of his hair like on the sideline during preseason game. Was like
hysterical,
dude. But like, the Patriots should be 3-1. That's my whole point.
Yeah,
they should be. That should be a dub yesterday.
But we're making young mistakes. Other than the Saints game, we're making like it's a young team.
No. If we lost the game because a young kid did a young dumb decision.
Not yesterday. Yesterday we lost because we tried to kick it. 100%. Still a great game, but we lost because of that final decision. And even if he made the kick, I think we still would have lost because it's Tom fucking Brady and he would have just done his thing.
Yeah, which is why you don't kick it there.
Yeah.
Like, oh my goodness.
But
bothered me to no end.
But phenomenal game.
Absolutely. That's the main point here, though.
Yeah.
Phenomenal game. Mac Jones looks good. Brady didn't ball, but he wasn't terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean,
he wasn't. He was methodical. He made the right decisions, right reads every time. Should have had a touchdown to Brown, just didn't get it. But like there was one that over the throw on the left side to Chris Godwin, like back shoulder. Mm-hmm. I'm literally sitting there. I'm like, that is the perfect ball.
Oh god, dude.
I remember watching that halfway through, going fucking A. And you look, and he is blanketed.
Yep.
Blanketed, and I'm like, dude, it is 2 inches. Even the Antonio Brown throw, that was 4 inches away from Cyrus Jones's hand.
Yep. I mean,
4 inches.
Oh, when Brady like just makes like I always think about that throw to Amendola on the sideline during the Falcons game during the comeback, like just across the field, like literally just Amendola wasn't blanketed, but like Brady threw it across the field to his right, literally on a dot on the sideline, where if he threw it like 5 inches more in front of Amendola's out of bounds.
Yeah.
It was like a 30-yard strike, but it was just like, I mean,
right
tightest
side, right?
spiral. Yeah, right side.
Yeah.
Tightest spiral I've ever friggin' seen. It was just those throws. I'm like, yeah. That doesn't surprise me. I'm like, yeah, that's what he does.
Yeah.
Like when he makes those throws, it's just next level. Like you don't.
I love the game, dude. Honestly, that's all I've been thinking about. Like that is, I want to.
Like, there's a lot that happened yesterday, but there's a reason that game was prime time.
Yeah, I mean everybody knew it.
Yeah,
and I really hope too Mac Jones gets a little more of the credit this year. Like I hope he keeps progressing. I really want to see him piggyback off that performance.
I do too.
Because, and like I said with that Saints game, he looked defeated early, and now he's coming back. Like to come back and answer the way he did. I think he's going to build momentum even though he lost. I think he's going to like really take it in like as a whole, like look what I just did against Tom fucking Brady in his home, like literally homecoming game. Like
yep.
I really want to see him piggyback off this. Even if we lose and keep losing it, like he has potential to be great. And I really want him to, I want to nail that home. And I want him to.
I'm right there with you. Also, my stardom sit-ems. I literally my sit-ems for tight ends. Literally look at it. I said, sit the tandem of Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith. Both got touchdowns yesterday. I was like, thank you.
Fuck.
Well, like when I saw a Henry score, I was like, oh, I mean, I remember saying
one of two. Yeah.
And then we threw it on the one. We don't learn. We like have we not?
Great. I will say though, great call on that one. Because everybody thought we thought we were running it. They thought we were running it. Johnny's was wide open.
I know, but like it's not like the Patriots haven't been involved in maybe the greatest 1 yard play in the history of the NFL.
We don't have
before.
We don't have Marshawn Lynch.
I don't care. It's a 1 yard run. Run it up the middle. Run through your center's ass. I don't care.
Hey, it worked.
We're lucky.
It worked.
We're lucky because if you look at it, that was the only guy to break out. If Jonnu Smith was covered, that's bad news.
Yeah. Well, you say that, but if Mac Jones made the right, so if Jonnu Smith was covered, the right call is just to throw out of the back of the
throw it
end zone.
over the top of him. I know, but
yeah.
regardless, don't ever do that to me again. I refuse to have us be the reverse of history in that game on that play.
I would have. Great game.
Great game.
Like you said, all we can say about
Honestly, yeah. We really like. I wanted as soon as the game ended, I wanted to record because I was hot.
Oh yeah,
I was hot. It was like 12:30 in the morning at that point. But I was like, Kyle, I'm hot.
Oh, yeah.
I need it right now. I was.
No, I'm not even. I went home, set my alarm, and was like, we need to get up.
No,
and we
yeah.
need, like this needs to happen.
Usually I'm a little late because I live farther than you two. Like this is James's house, but because he's never late, he shouldn't be.
Shout out, lock your windows.
Oh, dude, this kid, we get here. This kid is sitting outside the house. I'm like, that's weird. It's a little bit chilly. Like, you should probably go inside. I park. I just look at him. He just looks at the door. I'm like, this bitch is locked, ain't it? He's like, yeah.
I didn't want to make it. I didn't want to wake Linda up. I didn't want.
That's fine. I respect it. That's
I'm
fine.
like, you know
so
what
does he do? He goes and lifts the window with the AC in it. AC falls out immediately. I don't want to wake Linda, but let me drop this 50-pound thing on the rocks real quick. It's exactly what happened. Window up, AC almost breaks his foot. 3 seconds pass.
I'm scrambling.
He's scrambling. 3 seconds pass from him opening the window.
I heard the stairs. I was like, no. I'm like, fuck.
Linda opens the door.
AC.
3 seconds.
AC in my hands. I'm like,
he's just looking at it. He's like,
we've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty.
God, dude, that was an electric video. But
yeah.
I mean, there's nothing else to say about that game.
No.
We've got it all out.
I think it's.
We did not like the last call. Great game. That's what pisses me off though. Great game. When a great game gets ruined like that.
Yeah, like you put it the best way possible too. I thought there was no way I think the biggest takeaway is I thought there was no way I was coming out of there as a win-win.
I literally thought it was a 0% chance I get mad. 0.
And it was just talk about,
I thought it was a guarantee happy feeling.
Yeah.
Boy, was I wrong.
I think I would have been happier too, even if Brady drove down and finished.
Oh, absolutely.
Because we would have been treated. It would have been like
because, like I said, either Brady was going to ball. Brady was either going to do Brady, or the Patriots were going to win.
Yeah.
I was like, this is great. This is great. Nothing happened.
No.
But you want to know a positive note, Kyle? Red Sox locked up the top wildcard spot.
I'm shocked they managed to do that. Great comeback too. Devers was hyped.
Dude, that was a miss. Also, the worst home run call I've ever heard.
Really?
Dave O'Brien strikes again, baby.
I didn't hear it.
The biggest home run of the season.
Yeah, no, that was definitely
Top of the ninth, 2-run bomb,
Piss
dead
missile.
dead center. Raffy big scoops, dead center, and Dave O'Brien lays an egg. I mean, lays an absolute egg. It's terrible. It's the worst thing I've ever heard in my life. Like, he says it so nonchalant.
Are you pulling it up?
Yes, I'm bringing it up.
Yeah. Did I ever tell you my nickname for Devers?
What?
Call him the human bubblegum.
I like that.
He looks like a literal big piece of bubblegum. Like
this
double.
Let me preface this. I found it. This game. We just need to win this game, and we lock up the top wildcard spot.
And
okay? To make playoffs after almost choking it away. This was the biggest game of the season.
Yeah.
This is the home run call, folks.
And actually, and not to mention this is huge momentum going into the playoffs because we were on the downswing. This is a big
huge
turn of events.
2-0 driven to center field, backing up. It's gone! Home run!
Lose your mind. Lose your mind.
That's it?
Hi, that's it. Imagine Don Orsillo calling that. Don Orsillo would be jumping out of the booth.
You know what? Give me Jerry Remy. Bring
Well,
back Jerry Remy. I know.
He's alive, but
for now.
he always gets sick.
I know.
I love him to death, but
He's the OG as far as
him
like
and
now.
Don,
Yeah.
OGs. But like that was regardless. Red Sox hosting the Yankees at Fenway. I don't know who they're gonna throw.
They threw
guessing they're probably
Sale
throwing
pitch
Eovaldi.
yesterday, right?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
probably gonna throw Eovaldi.
Actually, Cole pitched yesterday too, I think.
Yeah, because they both needed to get in. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
I would
then-
pitch Eovaldi 100%.
I'd start Eovaldi. Although I don't know, I love him coming off coming into games. I'm not a big fan of Eovaldi starting.
Oh,
But, like,
he's been a monster this year though.
I know he's been good, but as far as like postseason, like or history, like of him in the postseason, he's been electric as like a closer, relief guy. He's a guy I want to come in like after everybody else, and I mean like important innings, like guys you need to like punch out through the lineup. Like
Yeah.
that fucking performance against the Dodgers a couple years ago, like we won. Yeah, that was the year we won.
The year that we won, that was game
6?
3,
No,
I think it was. No, we won game 6.
the
We won
that
it in game 6. I think
you
it
know
was-
the game though where he came in and
it was
pitched
ga-
like
it was he pitched 9 innings.
yeah,
Well,
and
he,
it was
he came in the 9th and then pitched 9.
yeah, like that's the shit. The fact we
That
lost
was
that
a
game.
big. That was like BDE like personified. That's
Yeah.
exactly what that was. Like he's got the balls to do it.
Yeah, the dude throws 100 miles an hour. I like Eovaldi. I wasn't hyped about his contract, but I think this year he's definitely earned his money.
Yeah, well,
Um,
because we got him that contract after the World
After that
Series.
game, yeah.
I mean, it was like.
But I want to see him do. I want to see him have another postseason run like that, assuming we can get past the Yankees. He's a guy.
That's gonna bother me so much.
If we don't get past, yeah,
Yep.
especially because we were leading the division for so freaking long.
We had a 9-game lead on the Yankees.
Yeah,
9. Also, the American League East is the best division in all baseball.
except the Orioles.
Except, well,
Yeah.
we don't talk about them.
Chris Davis.
Jesus,
It's
is
my-
he even playing?
I think so. Well, he's still making 47 mil. I think.
God,
Isn't that gross?
God,
I don't think it's 47. It's
it's
like,
a lot.
It's more than it should be.
But
It's
we're-
enough that you have to keep him in.
But regardless, let's see. The Rays have been in the playoffs for like a month,
Well,
so that wasn't even there. The Red Sox, Yankees, and Toronto were fighting. For
Toronto's
the wild.
out now, right? Toronto's
Yeah, no,
they're
it's
done,
it's
yeah.
the Red Sox and Yankees won the AL wild card.
Yeah.
They're both in, so Toronto's out.
Yeah.
So actually, I mean, credit the Mariners too, because like those 4 teams were all within a game of each other,
Yeah.
all within a game.
Oh, and it's crazy because you spread out. Like, say you take the Red Sox, you put them in almost any other division.
The
We won
AL
the division.
The AL East had 4 teams with 90+ wins.
Yeah, that's
Toronto had
kinda
90+
gross.
wins and missed the playoffs because of the AL East.
That's fucked. I feel
Isn't
bad
that
for Toronto.
crazy?
I actually feel bad for
Put
Toronto.
any. Oh, I do too. Especially with Vladdy. Vladdy had 48, 49 dongs.
Vladdy is going to be a superstar in this league.
He already is.
Yeah, and
He is.
like,
Yeah.
but I think he really puts his name out there next year. Like, I think next year's the big, especially because they'll make the playoffs.
This was his coming out party.
Yeah,
Next year's his. All right. Well, you better do it again.
I'm having a coming out party.
Proud of you, man. I can tell by the pink sweatshirt. You know,
Real men wear pink, bro.
Yep. But like I was just so. Did you watch like the strikeout on Soto to win the game yesterday?
I didn't see the strikeout.
We put in Pavetta.
Really?
Like, because it's a starting pitcher. We needed to win. So
Yeah.
I just don't trust my bullpen. It was 0-2 and he threw the nastiest breaking ball I've ever, like, it was a 12-6, but it like started at Soto's eyes and like finished. almost hung it. It's lucky Soto didn't swing because that ball was going like 500 feet if he swung.
Really?
Because Soto's
Just left it up in the air.
ridiculous.
It's Soto, yeah.
But like it dropped like 2 feet. It was crazy. But I lost my mind because I needed playoff baseball. I know it's gonna be, but the wild card's a 1-game playoff, right?
One and done.
Yeah. I'm gonna feel sick to my stomach on Tuesday, but
Yeah. At least if we beat the Yankees, I'll be satisfied with how this year went, even if we don't make a good postseason run. Because I think going into this season, especially after the Mookie Betts trade and everything that's happened with the Red Sox, going into the season, my expectations were probably like 80, 85 wins. Actually, I made a bet that they'd make 85 wins. But I don't think I never thought the Red Sox were actual contenders this year.
no,
Our
I didn't
bullpen's
think
not good enough.
I didn't think they would be where they are right now. It's just with the roster alone.
Yeah, like our bullpen's not good enough. I think Chris Sale coming back was huge, but even our starting pitchers outside of Sale and Evaldi are. Eduardo's okay.
Yeah,
Eduardo said he has his ups and
depends-
downs.
It depends on what Eduardo comes out. So.
Yeah, it depends literally what dude shows up to the ballpark.
Yeah.
But we're a couple pieces away, and I think the biggest thing is our bullpen.
I think
Like Barnes has been okay. Barnes was good in the beginning of the season.
Barnes
fell
slipped
off.
a lot.
Yeah.
I think this. Give me a little run, just a little one.
I'll be satisfied this year. I really will. I just want to beat the Yankees.
And saying a run sounds a lot. Give me a jog. Just give me a slight jog of a playoff.
2 games.
No,
It's 5-game series
Beat-
in the first one, right?
beat the Yankees, and then don't get swept the next round.
Yeah, I can live with that.
Because the next round's 5 games.
Yeah,
right?
I think it's 5.
Win 2.
Yeah. Even 1. Like honestly,
I'd take 2. If you win 2 and lose the final game, I'll be like, it sucks. But I didn't expect you to win a World Series this year anyway.
no.
So that's what I mean. Just a little one. I'm looking, Kyle. I'm looking for 3 wins in the playoffs. That's all. That's it.
It's a
Win the
tough
wild
ask.
card and then 2.
It's a tough ask. Out of this team, bro, we've been sliding.
I just need 3. We've been hot. We got hot a little bit.
We picked up momentum right when we should have, so I think
Well, dude, if
Tuesday's game is going to be electric.
Dude, if we didn't rip off 7 wins in a row, we'd be screwed. Like the
Yeah.
last like 2 weeks, we'd be screwed.
Tuesday's game is going to be electric. I think that's probably going to be the most hype game of the postseason at least for us this
It's
year.
Red Sox Yankees too.
Yeah,
Like, I mean, thank God.
90-win teams too. It's not like either of these teams are horrible.
I know.
Momentum's going to be the big key.
I don't know, man. I'm sick to my stomach though thinking about it.
Yeah.
I don't want to lose to the Yankees.
We going to the game or what?
Man, I tell you what, if I'm asked to and they're like, "Oh, these tickets are here," I might pull the trigger.
Catch us at Fenway on Tuesday?
Maybe.
Fuck yeah.
It's a maybe.
All right, fair enough.
God.
Well, I think that's all we have time for
That's
today.
it. That's it, bro.
Make sure you like and subscribe. We have our merch store that'll be in the description below. Feel free to give us a look. I never know how James signs off on these things.
I don't even think James knows how to sign.
No,
off on
it's
these
just
things.
like a
He's
hope
just-
for the goodbye.
Oh yeah. Wait, hang on. Let's do the arrow together and then fade us out. Ready? Boo!
Have a good day.
Fade to black.